Greetings everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of honest and eye-opening analysis from across Africa and beyond. Today, we take a deep dive into one of the most provocative headlines to make global waves, The Guardian's view on Zambia's so-called Trumpian predicament, a story that mixes U.S. aid cuts, internal mismanagement, and one of the most alarming allegations of systemic corruption in the country's recent history. This isn't just about foreign policy. It's about what happens when a nation finds itself trapped between external expectations and internal betrayal. It's about Zambia's moment of reckoning. The term Trumpian doesn't get thrown around lightly, especially in the context of African politics. When The Guardian draws parallels between Zambia's situation and the political chaos once seen in the United States, it signals that something much deeper is unfolding. In this case, the issue at hand begins with Washington. Recent reports indicate that the United States has started to cut back on aid to Zambia, citing governance concerns, transparency issues, and dissatisfaction with how funds are being handled. This is no small matter. Aid from the U.S. has historically supported health, education, and development projects that impact the lives of millions of Zambians. But, as The Guardian points out, these cuts, while concerning, are overshadowed by a much darker truth: a homegrown financial disaster that has cost Zambia far more than any external assistance ever could. The real story is not about what the U.S. is taking away, but what Zambia has allowed to slip through its own fingers. Billions of kwacha have allegedly been siphoned off through inflated contracts, dubious procurement processes, and outright theft by those in power. This isn't speculation, it's a scandal that has been building for years and is finally erupting into full public view. The comparison to Trumpism lies not just in the corruption itself, but in the boldness with which it's being denied, minimized, or deflected. In a country where the promises of transparency, anti-corruption, and economic renewal were central to President Hakainde Hichilema's rise to power, the current revelations are especially troubling. Hichilema came into office on a wave of hope. His message was one of competence, integrity, and economic transformation. He was supposed to be different from those who came before. But now, critics argue that the system he vowed to clean up may still be rotten to the core. The Guardian's article suggests that Zambia is experiencing a political backslide, a moment where rhetoric and reality are no longer aligned. It's not just about U.S. aid, it's about the trust of Zambians themselves, and whether their leaders are delivering the accountability they promised. While President Hichilema has made public commitments to combat corruption, investigations have been slow, convictions have been rare, and many powerful figures remain untouched. For a government that claimed to be breaking from the past, this looks uncomfortably like more of the same. Meanwhile, the economic consequences of this betrayal are dire. With inflation rising, debt still a national crisis, and ordinary Zambians struggling with unemployment and rising costs, the fallout from lost funds and broken trust is deeply felt. Every stolen dollar, every diverted contract, every fake invoice is money that could have gone toward hospitals, schools, roads, or youth empowerment. And it is the people, not the politicians, who pay the highest price. But there is still a choice to be made. Zambia can choose to face this crisis head-on. It can choose to return to the path of transparency, to investigate without fear or favor, and to show that no one is above the law. Or it can allow this moment to slip by, buried in excuses and political spin. The world is watching. More importantly, Zambians are watching. And the question now is whether their leaders will live up to the ideals that brought them to power, or become the very thing they once opposed. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this breakdown powerful, hit that like button, share the video far and wide, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more honest, bold, and detailed reporting on the stories that matter. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Zambia can overcome this crisis? Is Hichilema doing enough to stop corruption, or has the system beaten him too? We want to hear from you. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay hopeful.